Hey everybody, this is Mark Hamilton from Bodial Nutrition, and I want to talk to you guys that are into rugby today. I've had the pleasure actually of working with a very up and coming talented rugby player who's currently playing professional rugby in France, and I've had the absolute privilege of working with a lot of the rugby clubs over the years. Brixham Rugby Club, Torquay Rugby Club, Paynton Rugby Club, the Sharks Rugby League, who hit the national finals God knows how many times. All top lads, they're all bigger than me, so I'll obviously treat them all with respect and kiss your butts. But these guys are very switched on when it comes to nutrition most of the time. However, I want to just talk to you about your game, upping your game. I know it's come to the end of the season now. Some people have had a great season, some people have had a shocking one. Joel, who plays professional rugby in France, has done amazing. He's gone through the season injury-free. He's in the quarterfinals. The team's done amazing this year, and we spoke actually via the internet, the modern technology, because Joel was he did not mind me saying this. He was a bit heavy for the position he plays, and he needed to lean down but keep his power, his energy, his stamina, and his focus. And he needed to lose some weight. And we're not talking about a couple of pounds. Joel's target weight was about 13-14 kilograms. He needed, I mean, he was a big guy, you can imagine. He contacted me, he gave me an idea of his training regimes, which were pretty full on as a professional rugby player. Twice a day, strength training, weights, endurance training, and then the technical rugby skills. So we looked at the diet he was on, which, to be fair to him, was fairly clean, unless he was lying to me, which none of our body athletes lie. So it was good. He had quite a good clean diet, but we changed it, and I actually encouraged him to eat a lot more frequently, water intake, the simple things. And obviously advised him on a few supplements that would help him along the way from Bodial Nutrition. Joel's now 15 kilos lighter. He's absolutely stoked at that weight. He's faster than ever before. He's tackling harder than ever before. His power's strength's higher than ever before. I mean, this guy's committed. And the nice thing, he's actually a local guy in the South Devon. He's a Brixham boy, doing really well. I've got a lot of talent down in the southwest. I think they breed rugby. Where I'm from, the northeast, it was football, but down here, it's rugby. And so Joel's just really come on. Now, with Joel as a professional rugby player, the advice that I was giving him from a diet point of view was what you guys probably already know. But from a supplement point of view, there's so much confusion out there, and he wanted, as a professional, it's his career, who's got big ambitions, and one day I'd love to see him playing for England. So this guy was very focused and committed and wanted to get the best possible stuff in terms of supplements that he could do, which would encourage him to be the best he could be. So we sat down and we looked at the proteins, and with Joel actually wanting to lose a little bit of a lot of body fat in Joel's position, we got Joel on a lean whey. And I can hear the shock out there with rugby people who are watching this going, lean whey for rugby? Mass gainer, mass calories. Well, you know what? Mass gainer is kind of a protein with a lot of carbohydrates. Sometimes they're clean. I mean, we do a lean mass, which is a very clean mass builder. That would have been fine, even on a weight loss program, believe it or not, because it's about the diet. However, the lean whey just suited what Joel's requirements were. Tastes brilliant. Really high in terms of its protein content. 3 different types of protein in there actually, so you're getting 3 phases of protein over a period of time. So a kind of a time release protein, for want of a better analogy. And he was then regimented on that as a mid sort of snack. He had a lean protein. He took it before and after a session, a major session of the day. So sometimes he had 2 or 3 sessions. So he'd have a session, maybe his snack would be the lean whey after a first morning session. The heavier session maybe is in the afternoon. He'd have a lean weigh about 45 minutes before training. Then he'd have another one immediately after training. So lean weigh was a key with Joel's particular thing. If you're looking to put on a bit of size, lean mass, absolutely. If your diet's really clean, you want to maintain what you've got, you want to not necessarily put on size, but maybe become a bit stronger, weigh 80. So that's kind of categorizing, but it gives you an idea of the kind of the three proteins we do and how they would affect different positions in rugby and different athletes. Then we got him our power. Rugby's all about power, endurance, suppressing lactic acid. So I've then stacked a couple of products for him in that. We got Joel on the Creavol, which is a fat-soluble creatine. So he was taking Creavol with meals that contain fats, so nuts and things like that. And he was taking that basically in the morning and in the evening. Nice and simple. Breakfast, last meal of the night, or just after training. Creavol, because it's fat-soluble, basically has this amazing ability to absorb through the cell walls rather than waiting for a receptor site to take it on. So being fat-soluble, it's a fantastically absorbable creatine. It's basically a creatine ethyl ester, and it has this in research ability in some studies to be up to 50 times more absorbable than normal creatine monohydrate. But because creatine is one of the cool jobs of creatine is it attracts water, and most of our muscle tissue is water. So the more water we get inside the muscles, the tighter they are, the harder they are, and again, flushes out toxins, etc. So Creavol suited him because he was trying to lose a little bit of weight. If you wanted to put a little bit of size on and a bit of weight on, creatine monohydrate. We do a micronized one. It's a big difference between normal creatine monohydrate and micronized. The price difference isn't there. So with Joel, Creavol and his lean whey. Now, creatine also actually suppresses, has an ability to suppress lactic acid, but the main role of creatine is increasing ATP, power, strength, explosive power. The ATP is like your fuel. So with that, he's becoming harder in terms of tackling, his strength's up there, his recovery rate on muscles is increasing, and creatine again is a bit like a snowball. Keep taking it and it'll improve and improve and improve. You don't have to go too much on creatine, but too little creatine, you're not going to get the effects. So it's about that balance. With Joel, it was 6 a day, 3 tablets in the morning, 3 tablets in the evening. That can vary, for different rugby players, but that's kind of perfect for someone of Joel's size and the way he was training in his diet. We then looked at Beta A. Now, Beta A is a little unsung hero. Beta A from Bodial Nutrition is something that basically you take daily, and to really get the benefits feel the benefits of Beta A, it takes about 10 to 12 weeks. And I'd urge on the 12-week side of a daily dose of Beta A. Now, Beta A has this amazing ability. You're in a rugby game. It's tight, you're up, you're down, you're getting smashed, you're smashing someone else in, you're getting up, lactic acid's building up all the time, and you become fatigued, because that's basically what lactic acid does, it will fatigue the muscle. Now, if we can have some magic tablet that can stop that lactic acid from being produced too early, and it can delay the onset of lactic acid buildup, then, wow, Beta A. Not a magic tablet, that's just an analogy, but Beta A has this amazing ability to keep your body in an environment that's non-acidic for longer. So it will suppress this draining acid, this acid that will fatigue you. Now, Beta A and creatine together you can use, and you're getting the benefits of the creatine and the Beta A. It's like 1 + 1 = 5. It's synergistic. They're a perfect marriage. So you've got your Beta A, you've got your creatine, or your Creavol rather, and you've got your lean whey with Joel. We also got Joel on vitamin D3. Now, there's a lot of exciting research on vitamin D3. Our strength is a therapeutic strength. It's 5,000 IUs. It's a 1-a-day tablet. More than that's not worth it. You can find D3. That guy you mentioned D3. Some of them are like 400 IU in strength. Ours is 5,000 therapeutic strength. So again, careful with your money. Just because it says D3, turn the bottle around, look at how much is in there. Between 4,000 and 5,000 optimum amounts of D3 for any athlete. D3 has some fantastic properties in terms of keeping the body anabolic. It's been shown with endurance athletes to be quite dramatic. Strength and power. Jump height has increased in certain trials in I think it was 4 weeks, possibly 8. The leg press on 1 rep max increased dramatically with people just taking D3, none of the other stuff. So this was a nice, easy introduction to part of a supplement program. Now this guy's a professional rugby player, so he needed a little bit more than a mere mortal or club player, possibly, or possibly not. You're your own person. You decide on these things. I'm just giving you information. The other thing that we got Joel on was the key with someone who's training that intensely. And like I said, not of these rugby people I've had the pleasure of talking to and advising on and chatting with over the last, down 11 years, 12 years down here, certainly where I'm based. These guys it's a passion, they play hard. They play harder after a game usually, but then they're back on it and they're working hard to be the best they can. So they think about things. They're a lot of them guys are there's a couple are not, but there's a lot of the guys are very intelligent. So they're not likely to be mugged off by the latest all-in-one super mixers that's got your test boosters and these guys will see you around the marketing hype. So as a rugby player who's serious about the game, one of the key things in everything is recovery. Now the lean whey, the whey 80, the lean gain will all aid dramatically in recovery. Perfect. There's a little product called Night RS that Body Nutrition do. Again, it's an unsung hero. It's been usually associated with the bodybuilding side of things. Anybody who's into their sport, pushing themselves to be better and really wants that little edge over the competition on recovery, Night RS. You take 2 of these before bed, half an hour ideally before you go to sleep, and it will put you into a state of deeper sleep where you're releasing insulin growth factor, growth hormone. It increases natural testosterone in men, and free bound testosterone's increased. So this little sleeping, it's not a sleeping pill, this little sleeping supplement will naturally get you into your deeper sleep, and once you're there, it will keep you in a longer state of this deep sleep. So your body's got a chance to repair more efficiently. So when you're training again next, you're more refreshed, you're stronger, you're more repaired, you train harder. And this is how we progress. Simple as that. Recovery. Always said it, preached it for years. Recovery, recovery, recovery. So that was kind of his supplement program. The 2 things he was missing out on was a good multivitamin, which he's now sourced. Body Nutrition are bringing one out, but I'm still looking at formulas and things like that because it is a sports brand, so I do want something that's going to be key with antioxidants and stuff, so that's coming. But he sourced a good multivitamin on my advice, and also essential fatty acids. Absolutely key, particularly with a contact sport, any contact sport or any sport where you've got a lot of pounding, running, things like that. You get inflammation. Now, essential fatty acids, if you've got a good strength and a good quality, I'm going to emphasize quality, it will actually help with anti-inflammatory properties. It's as effective, if not more effective, than the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs out there that some people tend to take. So it does a myriad of other things. I mean, absolutely rocks. So he's then put in a multivitamin and an essential fatty acid mix. He's taken obviously the Bodial Nutrition one, which is EFA Pro. Because of his size and his training, Joe's taking between 2 and 3 a day. So from a rugby perspective, it's not all the Bill Beaumont days, which a great rugby player, absolute legend. But it's now science, it's technology. The game's become faster. The rugby players, not running around with pot bellies anymore. They've all got the units. They're stacked. The cardiovascular systems are off the chart. I mean, these guys are absolute athletes. So you're into your rugby. There's a couple of little supplements that you can get into. Look at your diet before anything else. Get your diet right. Train hard. And you will be quite amazed how next season goes, I think. Get the team on to watch this. If there's 1 or 2 points you pick up on, then that's fantastic. You're 1 or 2 points more knowledgeable, you've got more power. Simple as that. So good luck with next season, guys. Those guys that are playing rugby league, I think your season's about to start. So best wishes to everyone out there. Any questions? Please, feel free to message Team Bodial on Facebook, or you can actually contact us through the website bodialnutrition.com. As I say, thank you for listening, and I will hopefully speak to you soon with some more facts on nutrition, training. I'm going to do some training blogs. I'm answering some questions because I'm getting so many through. I may as well share the questions for people who are interested. It's not going to suit everybody, but there's some good questions coming in where people sometimes are a bit intimidated about asking them in store. They don't know if they're going to be sold to or actually get some good advice. I'm just here to share my knowledge. So it's my opinions, there's a lot of people out there on online, internet, professing to be guru. I don't profess to be a guru or anything. It's just something I've done professionally for 25 years. I've got a kind of good understanding about nutrition, sports, supplements in particular. So, I'm just sharing what I've learned and been blessed to have been taught over those 25 years. So good luck this season, better luck next season, and speak to you soon. Mark Hamilton, see you soon. Bye-bye.